This meeting of the Mesquite Independent School District Board of Trustees to order. Let the record show that a quorum of board members is present, that this meeting has been duly called, and that notice of this meeting has been posted in accordance with the Texas Opens Meeting Act, Texas Government Code, Chapter 551. First item is going to be an invocation by Reverend Jamie Starrett, pastor of Lake Point Church in Mesquite. After that, we will have our students from Price Elementary do the Pledge of Allegiance. Jamie.
Let's pray. Father, we thank you so much for today. God, we thank you for your hand that's on Mesquite. God, we believe that. And we believe that your favor is on Mesquite as well. God, I pray, Lord, that your hand would be on this board, the school, the district, Father, the teachers, the coaches, God, and everyone that has their hands in MISD, Father. We're praying for wisdom beyond years. God, I pray, Lord, that you would give this board wisdom to do exactly what you've called them to do. I believe, Father, that they are here for such a time as this. And God, I pray, Lord, they'll continue to walk in that. God, and thank you, Father, for the people that we get a chance to represent in Mesquite. And God, I pray blessings over them. We love you, Jesus, and we ask this in your name. Amen.
That's Kelsey. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for the pledge to the Texas flag.
I honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee. Texas, one state under God, one indivisible.
You may be seated now.
What? Kelsey, go first. Go ahead, Kelsey.
My name is Kelsey, and I'm from 5th grade at Price Elementary.
My name is Natalia, and I'm from Price Elementary, and I'm in 2nd grade.
My name is Isaac Dunn, and I'm from Price Elementary in 3rd grade. My name is Gemma Dunn. I'm in kindergarten, Price Elementary.
That's awesome. Great kids. Thank you for Price Elementary and Dr. Starrett, Reverend Starrett. Appreciate you. At this point, we're going to the Team of 8 moment, and I believe Ms. Hornsby has some words to share.
This is sort of an important meeting for me in that this is my last school board meeting. I am retiring from the school board, but I want to say to all of you and to this community, thank you for your support of me and my journey as a school board member. It's been very touching and makes me feel honored and proud to be a part of MISD. I've spent a lot of years as a teacher and administrator, 38 years. And so to add this on top of what I've done with Mesquite, it's just been an honor. So thank you, students, teachers, administrators, and parents for all that you have done for Mesquite, and thank you very much for supporting me and this board. Thank you.
Mr. Bingham?
This is my last board meeting as well, and 30 years is a long, long time. I got to thinking about 30 years in this spot and all the people I've served with over these years. Phil Appenzeller, Christina Hall, Rita Crump, Dr. Tanamachi, Mr. Faulkner, Eddie Rose, Randy Dobbs, incredible people that have given their lives in service to this district. And as you serve in this spot, this kind of gets in your DNA, it gets in your blood, it gets in who you are. And so my heart is pretty full tonight in the very best ways. I've served 5 superintendents over this 30 years, and each of those superintendents loved this district. They all had different personalities, all had different gifts. And I would tell you, looking back over these 30 years, they all came to the district at just the right time to use those gifts for what this district needed. And there again, they're just not associates. Over the years, these superintendents become friends. And that's a very special relationship. The talent that we have in this room, these assistant and associate superintendents around this table tonight, incredible. Their dedication, incredible. The district is in good hands, and I'm confident of that. I want to wish Ms. Morris all the best as she takes this spot. She has everything she needs to be a great board member, and I pray that this district, this board, and this team will rally around her and make her a great board member. She has what it takes to do that, and I wish her all the best. But I want to thank everybody that supported me all these years. The cause of public education has never been more critical than it is right now. It's under incredible pressure and incredible threat from some of our folks that do not value public education as they should. My parting comment would be, please do not squander public education. When you go to the polls, vote for those who support public education. I don't want to wake up 20 or 30 years down the road and we've squandered the national resource that we have in public education. So thank you for 30 great years. Wish you all the best.
Mr. Seward?
Mr. President, if I may, I had to write this down to make sure I get it right, because I want to make sure it's in the minutes. Gary and Elaine, when I think about your service to Mesquite ISD, I don't just think about board meetings and votes. I think about the kind of leaders and the people that you become and been to this community for many, many years. You've been steady, thoughtful, and deeply committed with a servant's heart, the kind of leader people trust because they know your heart is in the right place. You've always shown up for the students, for the teachers, and for the families. Not for recognition, not for credit, but because you genuinely care about the people who call Mesquite home. That's rare, and it's something I've always admired about both of you. Your voice on this board has been one of reason, experience, and integrity. You've asked the right questions, you've kept us grounded, and you've never lost sight of the long-term health of this district. That kind of leadership doesn't just help school system, it shapes our community. But what I appreciate most is the way you've carried yourselves. You've built relationships, you've encouraged others, you've been a friend, you've made this work feel like a team effort, and you've made all of us better. You've shown that leadership isn't about recognition. It's about showing up, doing the work, and caring deeply about the people you serve. Gary and Elaine, thank you for the years you've invested, your servant leadership, your steady presence, and the wisdom you shared and the examples you've set. You leave a legacy of integrity, commitment, and genuine care. And this district is better because of both of you. And so are the people who've had the privilege of serving alongside of you. Thank you for your service.
Greg?
I would ask Mr. Seward, is that a petition? Where do I sign? Gary, you and Elaine both, I've known you. Gary, I've known all my life. Gary's family and my family attended worship together for, I guess, probably 65 plus years ago. So I've known Gary since he and I were knee-high to grasshoppers. And Elaine, I've known her pretty well since '91 when I first ran for the Board of Trustees. But you two have demonstrated what it's really like serving a community and a district full of students, that you've done an amazing job, and you've paved the way for each of us and those that come on to replace you. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much for all you've done.
Thank you. Ms. Collier?
To be a servant leader is a gift. It's a gift, and it doesn't come every day. I haven't been here nearly as long as 55 years. I'm trying to get there. But what I do, not yet, but I will be. It's coming. But to be a servant leader and to get to witness that and to work with that and to be able to sound ideas and grow with. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have words. First, Elaine, a couple of times we served president and vice president. We made a good team. Of course, I knew Joe before I met you, and he and I were good friends. And that carried over when I met you and you became a board member. It was real easy to work with you because of your love for the schools and the children in our district. It's a quality that's innate in you, and I think that's what helps us see our job as school board members different. So for that, I thank you and I appreciate you. Excuse me. Gary and I started together in 96. We were both rookies. Man, I've learned a lot with you. I'm gonna miss you. And that's it. I should have followed you, Robert. Thank you.
Well, Mr. President, if I may, representing administration, on a personal note, Mr. Bingham, Ms. Hornsby, you were part of the group that hired me and gave me an opportunity to serve this beautiful community in the way that we have as a team of 8, and I do not take that lightly. On behalf of the students, staff, families, and community of Mesquite ISD, I want to extend my sincere gratitude for your unwavering service and dedication to our district. Serving on a school board requires countless hours, and we've seen that. Through tough leadership and deep commitment to public education, and you both have expressed that in your thoughts and in your last words on the board, and your efforts do not go unnoticed. Your willingness to lead, ask difficult questions, and yes, you have asked me very difficult questions in the last 4 years plus, and making decisions in the best interest of our students continue to shape the future of Mesquite ISD in meaningful ways. You may be leaving the seat, but your impact will be felt for years to come in Mesquite ISD. Through your support and governance, we're able to pursue excellence, strengthen opportunities for students, and remain focused on our mission that is preparing every student for success. Don't forget that. Thank you for your partnership, your sacrifice, and your continued belief in the work we do each and every day in the name of children. It has been an honor to work alongside you as a board that cares deeply about the success of our school and our community. Thank you very much.
Okay, with that, our next section is student and staff guest. Guess you're doing.
President Carbo. Tonight we are very honored and excited to introduce you to our top 12 graduates from the class of 2026. Our valedictorian and salutatorians from each of the 6 high schools are here with us tonight. These students embody the hard work, perseverance, and dedication to not only be successful in school, but beyond. We can't wait to see what they're going to do. So we're going to be hearing from the high school principals, telling us a little bit more about their top 2 graduates. And first up is Principal Jeff Johnson from the Mesquite High School.
Good evening. It is my honor to introduce our Mesquite High School salutatorian, Jessica Abadaba. Jessica was named a National Merit Finalist this year, the first recipient of that prestigious award from MHS since 2018. She was also regional president of BPA and president of the MHS chapter. She's also president of the school's FCCLA chapter, and finally, she's a member of NHS, UIL Academics, and the City of Mesquite Youth Council. Jessica plans to attend the University of Texas in Austin and will major in computer engineering. And she has received a total of $284,456 in scholarships. Jessica is here with her mother, Gloria, her father, Raymond, and her younger brother, William. Our salutatorian, Jessica Abadaba. It's now my honor to introduce our valedictorian, Mike Borjas. Mike has maintained a top 10 rank and A honor roll all 4 years of high school, has been recognized as an AP Scholar with Distinction, has received 7 Microsoft certifications, medaled in the UIL Academics Regional Competition in Biology, and competed at the state level in DECA BPA events. He's also been involved in cross-country, track and field, NHS, HOSA, and VASE art competition. Mike plans to attend the University of Texas at Austin and will major in electrical and computer engineering. Mike has received over $100,000 in combined scholarships. Mike is here with his father, also Mike Borjas, his mother, Polika, and his younger sister, Aria Borjas. Our valedictorian, Mike Borjas.
Next up, please welcome North Mesquite Principal Marissa Ramos, who's going to tell us more information about the Val and Sal for our stallions.
Good evening. We are proud to recognize our North Mesquite High School salutatorian, Kathy Avila. Throughout high school, Kathy has demonstrated exceptional leadership, scholarship, and service through numerous academic and extracurricular accomplishments, including President of National Honor Society, Captain and Co-Captain of 4 UIL teams, Vice President of the Science Club. She served as a research intern at UT Southwestern Medical Center, where she developed a gene therapy for a rare neurological disorder. She has also just recently been selected to intern with the City of Mesquite this summer. She has also earned several prestigious honors and scholarships, including the Pretty Young Scientist Award recipient, where she has received $3,000 for research fellowship, and only 7 students in DFW have received this honor. She also received the AMBUC scholarship, which she was awarded $9,000, and only 3 MISD seniors received this scholarship. She has been an AP Scholar with Distinction, a National First Generation Recognition Program honoree, a National Hispanic Recognition Program honoree, a Dell Scholarship finalist, and a Questbridge Scholar, which matched her with Brown University with a full 4-year scholarship. Kathy Avila will be attending Brown University, pursuing a double concentration in neuroscience and mathematics on the pre-med track. These accomplishments reflect her extraordinary commitment to academic excellence, leadership, research, and community involvement. We are very proud of her and her accomplishments. We are proud to recognize our North Mesquite High School valedictorian, Antonio Charles. Throughout high school, Antonio has demonstrated remarkable academic achievement and dedication through his involvement in numerous extracurricular and academic activities, including being a UIL academic competitor in number sense, calculator application, mathematics, science, and computer science, and has advanced to the regional level in every UIL event except science. He has competed in best robotics and advanced to the state competition, competed in first robotics, and narrowly missed qualifying for the state competition by only 5 points. He is a 3-year member of the National Honor Society, and he has earned several distinguished honors, including AP Scholar with Distinguished Award. He was selected as a Lighthouse student by Mr. Sawyer during his junior year. Antonio will be attending Rice University, where he plans to double major in computer science and mathematics. Antonio earned a full ride to Rice University through the highly competitive QuestBridge National Match Scholarship, which covers tuition, books, and healthcare expenses. In addition, he was accepted into Rice University's prestigious Rice Emerging Scholars Program for incoming computer science majors, a program that only selects 40 freshmen each year. Antonio will also receive the maximum Pell Grant benefit and the Texas Equalization Grant scholarship as he begins his studies at Rice University. Antonio's accomplishments reflect his exceptional perseverance, academic excellence, and leadership. We are very proud of his achievements.
Next up, Dr. Jordan Simmons is here to tell us, he's principal of West Mesquite High School, and he's just going to tell us about the Wranglers' top 2 graduates.
The 2026 salutatorian of West Mesquite High School is Maria Say. She is the daughter of Santos Say and Elizabeth Munoz. Her parents, along with her brother, sister, and sister-in-law, proudly celebrate her many accomplishments. During her high school career, Maria completed 10 AP classes, earned 15 hours of dual credit, was recognized as an AP Scholar, earned the College Board School Recognition Award, and is an AP Capstone Diploma candidate. She's an active member of National Honor Society, Mu Alpha Theta, Ready, Set, Teach, and Texas Association of Future Educators. Maria has dedicated over 100 volunteer hours and has treasured her time volunteering at various Mesquite ISD elementary schools over the course of her high school career. She has represented West Mesquite High School multiple times at the state and national level for TAFE. In the fall, Maria will attend East Texas A&M University, where she plans to major in elementary education. She has been offered nearly $50,000 in scholarships. We are so proud of Maria and all she's accomplished. The 2026 valedictorian for West Mesquite High School is Nathan Goodwin. He is the son of Lonnie and Cynthia Goodwin. During his high school career, Nathan completed 15 AP courses, earned 8 hours of dual credit, was recognized with College Board School Recognition Award and College Board First Generation Award. He is an AP Scholar with distinction and is an AP Capstone Diploma candidate. Nathan is a member of National Honor Society and Mu Alpha Theta, and he has dedicated over 100 hours to community service throughout his high school years. Nathan has demonstrated excellence both academically and creatively. He competed in current events at the UIL district meets and has earned multiple medals in visual arts scholastic event. In the fall, Nathan will attend the University of Texas at Austin, where he plans to major in anthropology. He received nearly $140,000 in academic scholarship offers. We cannot wait to see what the future holds for Nathan.
Coming to the podium from Poteet High School, let's welcome Principal Kelly Long, who's going to help us get to know the top 2 graduating Pirates from Poteet High School.
Good evening. It is my honor to introduce the 2026 salutatorian of Poteet High School as Carol Ann Van Haas. Carol Ann has been involved in the Poteet Pirate Band as part of the drumline and drum captain. She's been a part of the Poteet Rhetorical Society and Academic Decathlon as a captain, a 2-time state qualifier. She's a senior leader program as the vice president of the senior class. She's the MISD swim and dive team as a dive team captain, 2-time state qualifier. She's also UIL district academic team, two-time regional qualifier in multiple events. She's part of the Poteet Student Council and the National Honor Society. Carolyn has the honor of attending the United States Military Academy at West Point, where she plans on majoring in chemistry to branch military intelligence. She has total scholarships of $407,000, and the Carolyn's proud parents are Randall and Deanna Van Heis and her brother Reagan, who is also a proud pride. It is an honor to introduce the 2026 valedictorian, Ms. Diana Rangel. Diana, not only is she a pirate leader, but she has had 12 AP classes, AP Scholar with distinctions, 3 dual credits. She's been in band 4 years. This year, she was the head drum major. She's part of also the band leadership team. She was part of the National Honor Society for the last 2 years, Student Council for the last 3 years, the Rhetorical Society, 4 years president, Speech and Debate, 4 years, Mock Trial, 4 years. She was the lead attorney, and Academic Decathlon for 2 years. Halfway done. She's part of the Emerging Leaders for 4 years, the Rotary Orator for 4 years, the Sons of the American Revolution Orator for 2 years, the Mesquite Superintendent's Committee. She's a shadow for the Mesquite Municipal Court. She's part of the MISD Strategic Initiative intern. She's part of the Spanish Club 4 years. She's the founder of the Spanish Club and president. She is part of the Announcements Committee, and she's a volunteer at St. Pius Catholic Church, Texas Discovery Gardens, and Metro Crest Services. Diana will be attending Harvard University, where she will major in economics on pre-law and pre-business track. Scholarships awarded that have been offered to her. She's gotten $412 from a full ride scholarship from Harvard University, $412,000, $1,000 Burger King, $1,000 Rotary, and $1,000 scholarship from the Orator Society, and over 100 full ride offers and admissions, and a total of $2.6 million. The very proud parents are Daniel Rangel Martinez and Lilia Rangel Rivera Delgado. Ladies and gentlemen, our valedictorian and future President of the United States.
Next up, from John Horn High School, please help me welcome Principal Deidre Brown to tell us about the top 2 graduating seniors from Horn, Texas.
It is my pleasure today to introduce our valedictorian, Ching Gao. She is active in the TSA, Computer Science Club, NHS, Science National Honor Society, and Mu Alpha Theta. She will be attending the University of Texas, Austin, and majoring in environmental engineering, and she is the daughter of May Gao. Once again, we're proud of you. Once again, Ching Gao. We are honored to introduce to you our 2026 valedictorian, Glory Yu Chendu. She is the Vice President of Student Council, President of HOSA, Vice President of NHS. She is an emerging leader. She's part of Mu Alpha Theta, Environmental Helpers, Science Honor National Society, President and National English Honor Society. She has over $130,000 in scholarships. She will be attending the University of Pennsylvania and majoring in biology. She is the daughter of Michael and Precious Uchendo.
Last up, from Dr. David Verlin Vanguard High School, Principal Clint Elsasser is here to introduce the top 2 graduates from the 3rd graduating class of Vanguards.
That's right. It is my honor to introduce Tiffany Wilke as our salutatorian. Tiffany's academic record is truly distinguished. She has consistently earned her place on the A honor roll and has been recognized with the College Board's Honor of Distinction. Her hard work has culminated in a remarkable achievement. Tiffany was awarded a full ride scholarship to Boston College through the prestigious Quest Bridge College Match Program, which connects high-achieving students with the nation's top universities. Her commitment to her future in healthcare is equally impressive. Tiffany has already earned professional certifications as a certified patient care technician and a certified pharmacy technician. She has balanced her rigorous academics and hands-on experience completing clinical observations at Baylor and the Mesquite Rehabilitation Center, as well as observing pharmacy operations where she has assisted in filling prescriptions. Tiffany is also a leader within the school community. She has been a dedicated member of HOSA for 3 years and is an active volunteer through the National Honor Society, where she has spent time at Sharing Life, organizing play dates for local elementary students, and on top of all these commitments, she is a valued member at the Chick-fil-A, finding time to pursue her interests in AP art and reading as a longtime member of the book club. Congratulations, Tiffany Wilke. It is my privilege to recognize our valedictorian, Alvarado Castaneda, tonight for his remarkable accomplishments. Alvaro's high school career has been defined by an incredible drive for excellence, evidenced by his completion of 14 AP courses across the vast range of subjects, from calculus to physics to African American studies and Spanish. His technical skills are equally impressive. Alvaro is a certified entry-level Python programmer and a Microsoft expert, holding advanced certificates in Excel, Word, and PowerPoint. This expertise translated into significant success in competitions where he reached the state level for Business Professionals of America in device configurations and troubleshooting, and competed at the regional level for UIL Science. Despite his rigorous schedule, Alvaro has consistently prioritized service. He has dedicated his time to tutoring his peers in chemistry and math and volunteering for the community initiatives like addressing Mesquite Day and Trash Bash. Alvaro's hard work has opened many doors, leading to acceptances and scholarships from several universities. This fall, he will be moving to UT Austin, Cockrell School of Engineering, to pursue a degree in petroleum engineering. Congratulations, Alvaro.
Congratulations to all of our top graduates, a very impressive group of young people. So I want to shift right now and share a little bit with you about a recent recognition that some of our educators have received from HEB. HEB has a program called Excellence in Education, and you may have heard earlier this spring, our school board was named as a finalist, and they are a top 5 board in the entire state of Texas from the 2026 HEB Excellence in Education Award. They were one of 5 public school boards from across the state to receive this honor, which celebrates school boards that demonstrate outstanding leadership, dedication to students, and a strong commitment to their community. As a finalist, Mesquite ISD was awarded a $5,000 award in the board's honor, so I'd like to recognize the board once again and thank you for your service. As part of the same HEB Excellence in Education program, I'm going to ask our principal from Tosh Elementary, Molly Johnson. Would you come forward? Where'd you go? There you are. Hello. So Molly was nominated and named one of the top 5 principals in the state for her exceptional leadership, dedication, and commitment to students at Tosh. HEB awarded her a $1,000 award for being one of the top 5 finalists in the state as an elementary principal, Miss Molly Johnson. And same school, Tosh Elementary, the counselor, Amanda Still, where are you? Come on up, was named Counselor of the Year for the entire state of Texas in 2026. Ms. Still was recognized for the impact she makes every day at Tosh by supporting students, empowering staff, and creating a positive learning environment for the school community. In addition to her $1,000 finalist gift, she was awarded $10,000 in cash from HEB for herself and a $15,000 grant for the Tosh campus. Well done. Congratulations. Next up, we're going to recognize our School Nurses of the Year. If I could ask Director of Health Services Pamela Sherrill to come forward. She's going to share with us a little bit more about these awards and our Nurses of the Year.
Our first School Nurse of the Year is Roxana Carrion, if you'll come on down. It is my privilege to introduce a healthcare professional who embodies the heart and soul of West Mesquite High School. This year, we celebrate a nurse whose journey has taken her from the high-stakes environment of cardiac critical care to the compassionate front lines of hospice, ultimately leading her to where she truly shines the brightest, right here with our students. Our honoree began her journey in 2018 as a proud graduate of Baylor University School of Nursing. She quickly cut her teeth in the cardiac critical care unit at Medical City, Arlington, managing the most complex cases with precision and grace. From there, she expanded her expertise as an ambulatory senior RN at Parkland and served families during their most vulnerable moments in hospice home health care. But her heart always pulled her back to a passion she discovered during her undergraduate days. Whether it was working at summer camps or supporting local families, she knew that her true calling was working with children. Since joining MISD family in 2022, she has become far more than just a medical provider. To our students, she is a safe harbor, a trusted and consistent presence for physical and emotional comfort, a lifelong learner, balancing her full-time dedication to our campus while completing her Master of Science in Nursing this very year. She's a collaborative leader, a teammate who works tirelessly with staff to ensure that every student, especially those managing chronic conditions, has the health and stability they need to succeed academically. When asked what drives her, she speaks of the fulfillment found in building a safe environment where wellness is prioritized. She doesn't just treat symptoms, she cares for the whole person. Her transition from ICU to the high school clinic wasn't just a career change, it was a homecoming. Please give us a warm round of applause for our dedicated caregiver, Roxana Carrion. And if you'll stay close, we do a picture with all of us, I think. Okay. And Monique Barnes is our Elementary Nurse of the Year. It is an honor to introduce a healthcare professional who brings both expert precision and a mother's heart to one of the most demanding roles in our district. To manage an elementary clinic is one thing, but to lead the busiest one in Mesquite ISD is quite another. Our honoree is a 2021 graduate of UT Arlington. She began her nursing career in the demanding, fast-paced world of labor and delivery. It was there that she mastered the art of staying calm under pressure and providing compassionate care during life's most pivotal moments. Skills she now uses every single day to navigate the joyful chaos of an elementary campus. To say she is busy would be an understatement. This year, she has navigated a monumental workload with unparalleled grace. Our honoree runs the busiest clinic in the district, and her numbers are staggering. This year alone, she has managed over 2,000 clinic visits and given over 3,500 medication doses. Despite the high volume of students passing through her door, she never loses sight of the individual. She has cultivated a clinic that is more than just a medical office. It is a safe, supportive environment where students feel comfortable asking for help or simply finding a moment of peace. Please join me in honoring our Elementary School Nurse of the Year, Monique Barnes. and our Rookie of the Year, Tabora Lair. It is my special joy to introduce our next honoree. We often say that the first year in school nursing is a baptism by fire, and for this nurse, it truly was. We remember fondly that she started the year with more questions than we could answer fast enough. But what stood out to us and to her entire campus wasn't just the frequency of those questions, it was the hunger for knowledge and the relentless desire for excellence that drove them. Her path to nursing was one of the most inspiring ones you will hear. A member of the Karen tribe from Myanmar, did I butcher? Myanmar, sorry. She was born in a refugee camp in Thailand. Amidst the uncertainty of a civil war that has spanned generations, she found her purpose through her faith and a deep-seated calling to heal. She knew she wanted to share love and hope with others, but she also wanted hands-on medical skills to help people physically. After spending 3 years honing her clinical expertise in the fast-paced world of med-surg telemetry, she felt the pull to step outside the hospital walls and into the lives of children. While many people remember their middle school years as a challenge, our Rookie of the Year remembers them as a turning point. It was the teachers and staff at her school who helped her thrive, acting as the catalyst that propelled her through high school and into her nursing degree. Today, she has come full circle. She is now that catalyst for our students, dedicated to keeping them safe and encouraging them to take full advantage of the education before them. In a very short time, she has transformed from the newcomer with a long list of questions to the cornerstone of her campus. Her background in telemetry gave her the technical skill, but her history gave her the heart. She sees every student not just as a patient, but as a young person with a future worth protecting. She has proven that Rookie is just a title. Her impact is that of a seasoned pro. Please honor our Rookie of the Year, Tabora Lair.
Thank you to our school nurses of the year. At this time, I'm going to ask Christy Davis, our Director of Counseling Services, to come forward. She's going to share several campus and individual awards achieved by our incredible counseling department this year.
Good evening, Dr. Rivera and the board. I'm honored tonight to recognize some of our amazing school counselors and campus programs. So much of the work of counselors is done behind the scenes and often in a confidential setting. They deserve this acknowledgement and recognition for their hard work, always bringing the best care anywhere to their students and playing an important role in student and campus success. The Counselors Reinforcing Excellence for Students in Texas, or CREST Award, recognizes school counseling programs across Texas that demonstrate a continuous commitment to building a campus team and programs based on the Texas model for comprehensive school counseling programs as endorsed by the Texas Education Agency. CREST Award winners are selected each year by the Texas School Counselor Association. We're so proud of this year's CREST recipients, and additionally, some of these campuses have received the CREST Leadership Award this year, meaning that they've met the criteria for the CREST distinction for at least 3 years. So if y'all will all just come up and we'll take a big group picture. First, we have Beasley Elementary, also receiving CREST Leadership. We have Floyd Elementary. Galloway Elementary, also receiving CREST Leadership. Gray Elementary, also receiving CREST Leadership. Horn High School, also receiving CREST Leadership. Kimbrough Middle School, also receiving CREST Leadership. McDonald Middle School, also receiving CREST Leadership. Smith Elementary. Tosh Elementary, also receiving CREST Leadership, and Woolley Middle School. Thank you. And actually, Andy, I'm actually going to call Mandy Tecklenburg back. She's walking away. I'm going to call her back. She was also the Texas School Counseling Association State Elementary Counselor of the Year as well. Congratulations. So we'd also like to celebrate tonight our District Counselors of the Year for 25-26. Our District Counselors of the Year are nominated by staff, students, and parents, and the winner is selected by a district committee. Our Mesquite ISD Elementary Counselor of the Year from Porter Elementary, Melina Ontiveros. Okay, thank y'all. Yeah, we'll stay here. We'll take a big group one. And then our Mesquite ISD Secondary Counselor of the Year from Fraser Middle School, Dawn Gardner. Oh, sure.
This concludes our recognition, student and staff recognition portion of the program this evening. And while Dr. Rivera and President Carbo are headed back to their seats, we're going to hear from students on the Superintendent's Advisory Council in just a minute. But I'd like to remind everyone that the next Tuesday, May 19th at 6 p.m., right across the hallway, we're going to be celebrating over 300 students in our spring student recognition program. I'm sure a lot of these bright students that we saw here today will be involved in that. So we are looking forward and hope you'll join us. And Dr. Rivera, I will turn over to you.
Actually, I'm going to turn it over to the president, which will call this item, and then I'll take over after him.
There you go. So next we have item D out of administration, number 1, which is the Superintendent's Advisory Council. Dr. Rivera.
Now I'll take it. All right, so ladies and gentlemen in the audience, every year, Superintendent gets the pleasure and honor to work with seniors representing all 6 high schools in Mesquite ISD. And the purpose of this committee, although it seems simple, is a little bit complicated. I meet with the students periodically throughout the year, and they actually do what the title of the committee is, Superintendent Advisory Council. They advise me and my deputy superintendent on some of the issues occurring in the district from the student perspective. And so they presented several topics throughout the year, and we've addressed the majority of them, or try to tackle the majority of them, but they selected one issue per high school or per feeder pattern that they're gonna address here tonight. And so I'm gonna let the students speak for themselves about what item they decided to present on to the board and administration, in the hopes that next year we tackle some of those issues and continue to get student input into making the district better, producing excellent outcomes for all students. So without further ado, I give you the students of Superintendent Advisory Council. I believe we're gonna start with Mesquite High School, if I'm not mistaken.
Good evening, everybody. We are the Mesquite High School section of the Superintendent Student Advisory Council. My name is Mike Borjas, and today I am joined by my fellow members, Jessica Abadiba, Jackson Brown, Ryan Gilmore, and Peyton Harden. Over the course of the 2025 to 2026 school year, we both provided and gathered data regarding how MISD does and can better achieve its goals. In order to do so, we opted to send out a Google Form survey to selected students from Agnew and Wilkinson, along with an interview of students from Shaw, Black, and Tysinger in person. We chose these methods because they were most accessible to us and accommodated the different age levels between the schools. Through these forms of questioning, we were able to determine overall strengths and weaknesses that the district has.
I'll now be addressing the problems we found when we were collecting our data. Within the Mesquite High School feeder pattern, we found that students enjoyed how their teachers were good at implementing and engaging the learning methods, like games, which they supported inclusion and promoted safety. But while there were strengths, there were also weaknesses in some areas. Some issues that were mentioned among both elementary and middle school levels consistently were a desire for more clubs and organizations that support extracurricular interests, feeling unprepared for higher level schooling, and a lack of connection to coursework were some of the problems we found. These are the chosen issues we hope to address. Specifically, in the responses from our surveys, many students talked about how there weren't many clubs, and those that had existed in the past no longer did.
Overall, there was a lack of club engagement seen across all grade levels. Our proposed solution to the issue was an integration of a few clubs across feeder patterns. As an example, we selected UIL Academics and Gardening Club as a good starting point. UIL Academics was chosen to provide students with a more academic activity if they so choose. There have also been existing elementary UIL academic clubs called A+ Academics held in Mesquite ISD. On the other hand, Gardening Club was selected because there is gardening space available in most, if not all, campuses, and it also provides a less academic space while staying connected with school. We also know it has been successful at different levels, like Mesquite High School and Shaw Elementary. The plan is to select one elementary, middle, and high school within a feeder pattern and implement the club or clubs selected and have each schools coordinate events that allow students to continue them as they get older. Although this is a good place to start from, a successful version of this program will only work with funding. We also have to maintain interest in such clubs through students and teachers. Lastly, coordination of events will be difficult when required to go through multiple people. To address these, we have come up with the following solutions.
We concluded that the main issue with the implementation of these programs would be raising money for them. We plan to use fundraising methods such as selling chocolates, applying for grants, and promoting passes for the students to have the opportunity to wear sweats or slides, something they wouldn't usually be able to do. We believe this will also help with interest in these programs, another potential issue we found to be important, which is lack of interest. Posting flyers in various forms of cheap but effective advertising could help student involvement as well. I also plan for these programs to be eventually student-led, specifically from the high school level, which will hopefully further encourage students to be involved. Initially, the program will be led by sponsors or teachers who choose to be responsible for these programs.
By integrating extracurricular activities across all school levels, as well as having more activities in general for the students, they get a chance to focus on something collaborative outside of school hours. Younger students have the opportunity to collaborate with and be mentored by older students, which will be beneficial for communication skills and group connection. For example, the UIL Club, starting that at a younger age, will prepare students more for what the competition would be like, give them the opportunity to compete in something other than sports, and potentially find an educational topic that they have a passion for, as UIL offers a wide variety of competitions. Outside of structured academic clubs like UIL, activities like gardening can also prove to be enriching. They provide kids with the opportunity to work together within their school community, help the environment around them, and have fun together. Overall, more clubs is beneficial for students.
All right, I believe North Mesquite, you ready?
Hello, my name is Miranda Licea. This is Judith Ronces and Alana Brown. We propose a formal feeder pattern engagement program that creates a consistent, meaningful interaction between high school, throughout middle school and elementary schools, students throughout the academic year. We aim to provide a seamless developmental pathway that prioritizes student stability as they move throughout our district. We hope that bridging this gap between campuses will eliminate the uncertainty of the future and replace it with a vibrant sense of anticipation for the programs, sports, and leadership opportunities that await them for the next level.
The challenges that we saw while visiting our feeder pattern schools is that our schools are operating as islands. Students are viewing those transitional years of 9th and 6th grade with apprehension rather than excitement, and that is mostly due to the lack of knowledge. They aren't aware that we have the opportunities and things that can help them be successful in their future. And this can lead to things like transition anxiety, lack of identity, meaning students don't feel like they belong in the Stallion family, or missed mentorship. Our upperclassmen have a lot of wisdom that they would like to share with the younger students, but they do not always have the opportunity to do so.
Our proposal is a service-oriented framework that will hopefully help bridge the gap between our high school and our feeder campuses. This is not a one-time event, but it's something that will be a goal long-term with a calendar of interactions where we go and visit with the feeder schools. We don't want to just help move the students to the schools, but we also want to help them and guide them through the community we have at North Mesquite High School. We hope that these connections will build a culture of community, and it's a little to no cost, ensuring that every student sees a clear and exciting path for their future. Thank you.
All right, I believe it's West Mesquite High School. One more? You have the clicker right there?
Yeah.
What are your
Good evening, everybody. My name is Kyle Kowecki. Also with me, I have our valedictorian, Dayana Rangel. I have Kylie Jackson. I have Danae Calderon. And then I have Christopher Torres. And we'd like to also thank you for letting us have time to speak with y'all today. It really is a pleasure to every single one of us in this room. One of the issues that we want to speak of that actually is more than just our feeder schools and is more plaguing all of Mesquite ISD schools, and what all of us have noticed growing up from other people and including just us right here standing in front of you, is the issue between teacher and student connections.
Students struggle whether it comes to trying to learn from a teacher that isn't connected to the students and vice versa. Without the connection, it makes students struggle academically and in social concepts as well. One of our focuses should be to improve connections for better overall improvements in the classroom.
Research from the American Psychological Association states improving students' relationships with teachers has an important positive and long-lasting implications for both students' academic and social development. If a student has a stronger connection with a student, they are more likely to feel safer in the classroom, engage more in classroom activities and class discussion compared to a student who doesn't connect well with their teacher. For teachers, it will increase their job satisfaction, reduce burnout, and lower stress while increasing a more efficient and engaging classroom.
So as part of Mesquite ISD, we believe that teacher and student connectivity is essential for students to thrive. It builds trust, it encourages open communication, and it helps create a supportive environment. When students feel understood and valued, they become more engaged and motivated. Ultimately, strong connections in the classroom turn education into a meaningful and collaborative experience. Well, what do we propose? We want Mesquite ISD to expand on something that it already has. We would like to use the panoramic surveys, which are given yearly at the beginning and end of each year to measure student connectivity in the classroom and how they engage with their environment.
As Kylie Jackson mentioned, we want to expand on the panoramic survey that we already have available to us. And our proposition involves giving this survey once for each quarter and once at the beginning and once at the end of each semester. So this proposal focuses on efficiency and accountability. We propose that the statistics and information given to us from this survey be available to community members as well as administrators and teachers as well as students. With this proposal, we aim to uphold the values of efficiency and accountability that Mesquite ISD prides itself on and increase the connection between students and teachers, not only on a year-to-year basis, but as the year moves throughout. We can see a drastic difference from one semester to the next within the same school year by implementing our proposal. As educators, we hope that you guys will consider this proposal because we know that it will have a long-lasting impact on the students of Mesquite ISD. Thank you so much for your time.
All right, then we have Dr. John Horn High School Student Advisory Council students.
Good evening, board. Good evening, everyone. My name is Gloria Uchendu.
My name's Jessie Gill.
My name is Patrick Roger Hoyego.
And our focus was on class engagement. Through our interviews with our middle schools and elementary schools and our discussions with the other student advisory council, we found that many of the students reported that they felt most interested and engaged in their science classes because of the hands-on activities that they experience. The science departments often lead the way in engagement because they are built around the lab mindset, which is the idea when you do something first and explain it later. We wanted to investigate how other subjects could apply inquiry-based and tactile learning to their classes.
Our findings consisted of that the science department successfully balanced fun and curriculum by using inquiry-based learning. Instead of starting with a definition, they start with an anchoring phenomenon, which is something weird or interesting that happens that catches the students' attention. They use the steps that consist of 1, being engagement, which is the introduction of a phenomenon that students can't explain yet but sparks curiosity and establishes relevance. 2, active investigation, which is when students participate in hands-on collaborative inquiry to manipulate variables, gather data, and develop insight through direct experience. And lastly, instruction, which is when students have a foundational understanding, the teacher then formally introduces the content, and this ensures that abstract concepts are anchored to a collective experience.
For our solution, we believe that if other subjects were to borrow this framework popularly used in science courses, that they would see an increase in student engagement. If teachers were to implement this into their classrooms, we recommend science departments host a lab open house where teachers from math or English sit in a science lab for 20 minutes and challenge themselves to find a concept in the next unit that they could apply and physicalize in their own topic. A willingness for other subjects to incorporate hands-on and collaborative activities could address the students' desires we've heard expressed to make math and English more engaging.
Thank you.
And our last high school, the Dr. David Rulon Vanguard High School students, so present. Now, they had a bit of a different assignment, and they'll let you know about it.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Emanuela Izukama, a senior from Vanguard High School, and today we propose the possible creation of an aviation and logistics program into the Mesquite ISD pathway. Not only would this program provide students with hands-on careers, but connect students to one of the fastest growing industries in the country. For this pathway, students would explore opportunities in fields such as trucking, aircraft maintenance, airport operations, supply chain management, and data transportation systems. Our goal is to give students practical experience while helping them understand the coordination and technology that keeps our global transportation running every day. Our idea is that through partnerships with local industry leaders such as Dallas College, a Mesquite Metro Airport, and alignment, this would give students access to real-world learning, internships, dual credit opportunities, and industry certifications while still in high school. In closing, this pathway positions MISD students to meet the growing workforce needs of the DFW area. Moreover, creating direct opportunities for students to graduate with valuable skills, certifications, and most importantly, a clear path towards success and a future. I will now pass it over to Autumn Roberts, who will be talking about our dual credit integration part of our plan.
Thank you, Ella. Good evening, everyone. My name is Autumn Roberts, and I wanted to emphasize one of the important ideas of our presentation. We wanted to create a CTE that leads students to high-demand careers in our DFW area. Like our principal says, his job is to get us a job, so we really wanted to highlight that. MISD is currently partnered up with Dallas College, and through this, students would follow a career TEA-approved pathway focused on aviation logistics. They would start off with classes like Principles of Transportation Systems, Aviation and Aerospace Fundamentals, and Logistics and Supply Chain Basics. And as they continue through high school, they would be through more advanced classes, These courses are designed to be hands-on and aligned with industry expectations. Students would gain both technical knowledge and practical skills that prepare them for advanced training and certifications after high school. And through that dual credit program, they also have the opportunity to gain an associate's degree in applied sciences. So this means they're not only getting their college credit, they're also getting their high school credit as well. In closing, by creating this pathway, Mesquite ISD can help students graduate with industry experience, college credit, and stronger opportunities for their future careers. Now, I'll be passing it on to my classmate, Ava Goss.
Good evening, my name is Ava Goss, and I will be going into the further part of Dallas College's programs, which is their real-world experience and their certifications. In things like aviation, there's obviously things that you need to have to be able to be equipped, to be able to go into the field, to be able to do what you need to do. And so for aviation, that goes through the Federal Aviation Administration, and through that, there's 3 different levels of certifications that students would receive starting at the age of 15 to 16, depending on where their birthday falls, and that would be their general certification, which covers all their basics, their core ideas, their general like OSHA things of that nature. Their next would be their airframe certification, which allows them to go into the field to be able to truly start to work on the planes, to be able to understand them, to even fly. The third would be their power plant certification, which goes into more of the distribution aspects and things of that nature. And all 3 of those together is what makes up their main general certification, which would allow them to go into the workforce straight out of high school with a wage of $42 an hour or more, depending on their level of experience. For logistics, it's a similar approach where it's 3 levels of certifications that they would receive, which they could also start at 16, which would start with their Certified Logistics Associate, which same idea, you're an associate, you're learning, you're shadowing, you're doing what you need to do, but you are certified to be there. A Certified Logistics Technician, which would allow you to go a step further where you're able to start to lead, you're able to start to kind of do your true real work in projects. And then a Logistics Distribution Technician, which would allow you to be the leader, a manager, and again, you're going into the real world as that main focus person. And now I will be passing it off to Gael Reyes.
Thank you, Ava. Picking up on what she left off, Mesquite's location gives our proposed idea an advantage. DFW is centrally located in the US, which is why major companies choose DFW for distribution centers, warehouses, manufacturing facilities, and transportation hubs. From North Texas, businesses can quickly ship products across the country, ranking it as one of the largest logistic hubs in the country. Industries in our region are constantly looking for aviation and airport operations, logistics and supply chain management, commercial transportation and trucking, warehouse and distribution operations as well. This is why creating a pathway towards an industry that leads our region is important. Students will be well prepared on the business and technical sides of the centers, of their careers as well. As regional airports continue expanding and transportation industries continue growing throughout North Texas, demand for skilled workers will continue increasing. MISD students could take advantage of opportunities already growing around them. By investing in an aviation, logistics, and distribution CTE program today, Mesquite ISD can better prepare students for high-demand careers while strengthening partnerships between education, transportation industries, and the local economy as well. And with that, that concludes our presentation. So thank you.
So I know so far in this meeting, we recognize Val, Sal's staff, and you just heard from our students. And I know we say excellence always, but weren't they great? A hands for all the students. Thank you so much. It has been, Superintendent Advisory Council has been an honor, my privilege, and I know Dr. Fields had to go out of town, but she shared this sentence, been an honor sharing our time with you guys and getting your input. Your input is gonna benefit future generations in Mesquite, and thank you so much for your time and for the effort that you put into your presentations. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I do want to make a comment. When you see your students with programs like these, first of all, the aviation and logistics, that's, to me, the epitome of thinking outside the box. That was a fantastic program. Talking about teacher-student relationships, talking about students having other options instead of sports and arts with all the UIL opportunities, talking about making science fun, more fun than it is for some than others. That shows you that our students are really thinking about the future. These seniors are not only thinking about what goes ahead of them, they're trying to leave something behind for those that are coming and growing up in the school district. So that is very commendable. Your team has done a great job. Congratulations.
They've done a great job.
Okay, with that, we want to move another item up. It's also under administration, item number 4, which is the naming of the pre-K center.
Mr. President, before we do that,
Yes.
we need to have an audience portion because these are action items, correct?
Yes. And that's correct, and we do have an audience portion coming up. So, Ms. Smith, do we have anybody for the audience portion? Oh, we complied. Okay, next item is an action item. It's the naming of the pre-K center. We had a committee led by Mr. Bingham to take care of this item. Mr. Bingham.
Thank you, Mr. President Carmo. One of the great things, best things school boards get to do is name our facilities. As the district gets built out, there's fewer and fewer of those opportunities. But I was privileged to chair the committee with Ms. Collier and Mr. Everett to name our new pre-K center, which is under planning right now. Tonight, the board several years ago decided that we wanted to start naming most of our facilities for teachers and those on the first lines rather than for other type of positions in the district. So tonight, as we think about this new pre-K center, I'm going to tell you a couple of things and then I'll share with you the name. First of all, this person that we're going to honor tonight with this pre-K center has a long, dedicated, consistent love for children in MISD. That doesn't narrow it down very, very much. But when I tell you this next thing about this person that we're honoring tonight, it will narrow the field down from this to this. The person we're honoring tonight has been teaching in Mesquite ISD for 53 years. 53 years in the classroom and 53 years at Motley Elementary School. Tonight we want to honor Diane Nix for her 53 years of service. Ms. Nix, still teaching students, doing a great job on the Motley campus, making a difference every single day. She's teaching Title I reading, 2nd and 3rd grade. English is a second language. She says that the best part of her teaching is when the light bulbs come on in the children's eyes and they finally get it. As our district prepares to open this pre-K center, the board wanted to name that building to represent somebody who has spent a lifetime helping children believe in themselves from the very beginning. Somebody who has devoted themselves to kids and to this district and to the families of MISD. And there's no better person to represent that than Diane Nix. So it's my recommendation. Mr. President, it's my recommendation on behalf of the committee that we name the new pre-K center the Diane Nix Pre-K Center.
So coming from committee, it does not require a second. So thank you. Board, there's a motion on the table. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. Motion carries. Congratulations, Ms. Nix.
Mr. President, I believe the icing on the cake is that Diane Nix wore her North Mesquite colors tonight.
Yeah.
She's been a tremendous role model for every educator in Mesquite ISD. And Gary said a lot when he made that recommendation, but I don't know of anybody that doesn't love and respect and admire everything that you've done for the students of our school district. Thank you very much.
Okay. With that, we're going to take a quick break, and we shall return. If the remaining board members would come back. You're back, good. It's Robert that won't stop talking. Yeah, too much for me. That's why I want to continue. Okay.
Is there order in the courtroom?
Yeah, there's a consultation. At this time, we will reconvene from the party section. Next item on the agenda is the consent agenda. Board members, have any items you want to pull out of the agenda?
Second.
Okay. The motion by Mr. Everett, a second by Ms. Hornsby to approve the consent agenda. Any questions or comments? Being there none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it, motion carries. Next, we will go to personnel. First item on the agenda is approve administrative term contracts. This is an action item. I'll entertain a motion. A motion by Mr. Seward, second by Ms. Collier, to approve administrative term contracts. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it, motion carries. Dr. Rivera?
All right, so I believe you just took action on item number 1, right?
Yes, sir.
And you did them all in one swoop? And you
Yes,
had
sir.
You already had the information ahead of time for
That's correct.
all the people that administration was recommending. So let me tell you what you just did.
What did we do?
Well, you knew what you did because you had them ahead of time. However, let me just, so as I call your name, please approach the lectern and give out your remarks. So you just approved Nicole Donnell as the principal of Smith Elementary School. Ms. Donnell has been part of Mesquite ISD family since 2013 when she began her career, and listen to this, as a special education instructional aide at Smith Elementary. After 13 years, she's returning to Smith now to serve as principal. Ms. Donnell is currently serving as an assistant principal at Galloway Elementary, where she partnered with campus leadership to support school culture, instructional alignment, student achievement, and behavioral systems. Ms. Donnell was a fifth grade teacher and later an instructional specialist at Hamby Elementary. Ms. Donnell has participated in Mesquite ISD Aspiring Principals Academy and Region 10 AP Leadership Academy, as well as Holdsworth Center for Leadership Institute program. She holds a Bachelor of Arts in Christian Studies from Dallas Christian University and a master's degree in educational leadership from Grand Canyon University. And ladies and gentlemen, the new principal of Smith Elementary, Ms. Nicole Donnell.
Good evening. First, I would like to thank Mesquite ISD Board of Trustees and Dr. Rivera for this incredible opportunity and for believing in me as a leader. I am truly honored to be named the next principal of BJ Smith Elementary. To God be the glory for the things he has done. I stand here tonight knowing none of this has happened by accident. Every step of this journey has guided, shaped, supported by people who poured into me along the way. To my family and friends, thank you for your love, encouragement, patience, and belief in me. Your support has carried me through more than you know. James, thank you for standing beside me through every season of this journey. Your support and encouragement has meant more than words can express. To Javen, Nava, and Nyla, thank you for sharing me with so many students and enduring the pressure of being a Donnell's kid. I also want to thank my MISD family. Mesquite ISD is home to me. This district helped shape me into the educator and leader I am today. From colleagues and mentors to teachers, administrators, and support staff, so many people invested in me, challenged me, encouraged me, and helped me to grow throughout this journey. What makes this moment even more meaningful is this is a very campus where I began my career as a paraprofessional. To now be returning as a principal is truly a full circle moment, one I do not take lightly. I am excited to serve this community, support our students and staff, and continue building a school culture where every student is loved, challenged to achieve, and empowered to grow. It is truly an honor, and I look forward to serving the students, staffs, and families of Smith Elementary. Thank you.
Well, the second thing that you did out of that motion is you just approved Ms. Kelsey Baxter as the principal of Gentry Elementary School. So if you allow me a second to read before her words. Kelsey Baxter has proudly served Mesquite ISD students, staff, and families for the past 8 years and now serve as the next principal of Gentry Elementary. She currently serves as assistant principal at Thompson Elementary and previously held leadership roles at Gray Elementary, where she led initiatives focused on literacy growth, student mentorship, attendance improvement, and campus culture. Kelsey began her MISD career as a reading language arts teacher at AC New Middle School and later served as a student support teacher at Seaburn Elementary, helping strengthen systems of support for at-risk students and families. Prior to joining Mesquite ISD, she taught internationally in Abu Dhabi, supporting monolingual learners and gaining valuable experiences in diverse educational settings. Kelsey earned her Bachelor's of Science in Early Childhood from the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga and a Master's of Education in Educational Leadership from Texas A&M University Commerce, or now East Texas A&M. Ladies and gentlemen, Kelsey Baxter.
Good evening. Thank you to the Board of Trustees, Dr. Rivera, and the Cabinet for the opportunity to serve as the next principal of Bonnie Gentry Elementary. I am truly honored and grateful. I often joke that I'm one of God's favorites, but I genuinely believe I've been blessed to walk in my purpose from a very young age. Since I was 8 years old, I knew I wanted to be an educator, and I'm thankful to God and to my parents for nurturing my dreams and creating an environment where I could thrive. To my siblings, my very first students, thank you for always supporting me, even when you didn't want to play school. To my friends and family watching from near and far, your love and encouragement have meant so much throughout this journey. Since joining Mesquite ISD, I have been surrounded by incredible leaders who mentored, challenged, and believed in me. Regina Jackson gave me my first opportunity and spoke life into my future. Irina Mason helped me grow as an instructional leader and strengthened my ability to coach others. Keisha Laverne encouraged me to never dim my light and to lead confidently in my strengths. Thank you also to Renee Kern and Elise Quisenberry for trusting me to lead and always supporting me along the way. To my current principal, Stacy Bennett, you truly grow people. Your ability to invest in others, build leadership capacity, and push people beyond their comfort zones while cheering them on is remarkable. Thank you for your mentorship, prayers, friendship, and for creating opportunities for others to see my gifts. To my Gray family, thank you for 3 years of growth and leadership opportunities. To my Thompson family, these past 9 months have been incredibly special. The dedication, love, and shared vision for students truly reflect every child, every day, and I'm grateful to have served alongside such passionate educators. To my husband, thank you for supporting me through the long days and late nights, for always encouraging me and reminding me whose I am when I begin to overthink. And finally, to my New Gentry family, I am beyond excited to join you and to continue the great work already happening on your, now our, campus. I look forward to leading with love and creating an environment where both students and staff can learn fearlessly, grow daily, and achieve greatly. God is faithful. When I reflect on my journey, the word that comes to mind is obedience. Even when things didn't go according to my plan, God was still working, preparing and positioning me for the purpose He designed for my life. Thank you.
So the third principal naming tonight with the a vacancy at Mackey, we're moving Dr. Maria Franco to Mackey Elementary, and so therefore you just approved Kaylin Brandt as the new principal of Florence Elementary School.
Good evening.
Hold
go
on a
ahead,
second.
Sorry. I'm ready when you are.
I know you're ready, but just give me a second.
Okay.
Let me say some nice things about you. Kaylin Brandt brings more than 14 years of experience in education and will serve as the new principal of Florence Elementary. She most recently served as an assistant principal at Shands Elementary, where she supported instructional coaching systems and strengthened campus culture through relationship-driven student support initiatives. Prior to her role at Shands, Caitlin served as the instructional specialist at Beasley Elementary and previously worked as a 2nd and 4th grade teacher, campus interventionist specialist, and testing coordinator at both Beasley and Austin Elementary. Caitlin completed the Mesquite ISD Assistant Principal Academy and Mesquite Leadership Academy. She earned a Bachelor's of Science in Elementary Education from Arlington Baptist University and a Master's degree of Educational Administration from Texas A&M University Commerce. There you go.
My turn?
Now it's your turn.
Yes, good evening, Dr. Rivera, the board, and the cabinet. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I first want to say thank you to my parents and my family. They are watching online because they don't live close. To my husband, who's literally at every single thing school-wide that I've ever asked him to be at, and to all the rest of my family who is watching our very first niece graduate with her degree in education tonight. So that's why they could not be here. But since I was a little girl, I've only ever wanted to be 2 things: a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader and a teacher. One of those dreams became my career, and in many ways, I still get to be both. Education has given me the privilege of championing others every single day, encouraging, believing, and pushing towards something greater. Stepping into this role as principal, I'm honored to carry that purpose forward in an even bigger way. I am excited for the opportunity to lead with heart, to continue to build a school where every person feels a true sense of belonging, where we intentionally empower both students and teachers, and where we achieve beyond what we once thought was impossible. My vision is simple: belong, empower, and achieve. I believe when people feel seen and supported, they rise. And I believe the strongest schools are built together through trust, shared ownership, and a relentless commitment to growth. My time at Shands has shaped me into the leader I am today. It gave me the opportunity to grow alongside incredible educators, families, and students who challenged me, trusted me, and reminded me daily why this work matters so deeply. Shands taught me the importance of relationships, resilience, and leading people with both high expectations and a whole lot of heart. I will always carry that community with me as a part of my story. And now I am excited for the opportunity to pour into a new community, to listen, to learn, to build trust, and to create something meaningful together. I am grateful for the opportunity to lead. Thank you for trusting me with this.
All right, so those are the three principals, and now Ms. Sabrina Smith will take it on here with the rest of the action items that you just approved.
Thank you, Dr. Rivera. It is my pleasure to introduce you to the new academic dean at North Mesquite High School, Nicole Payne. Would you stand? Nicole has proudly served Mesquite ISD students, staff, and families for 17 years, and we're excited to share she's going to be joining the administrative team at North Mesquite High School as the academic dean. She most recently served as assistant principal at John Horn High School, a role she's held since 2022. Payne began her career as a 7th grade math teacher at AC New Middle School before transitioning to the Technology Excellence Center as an instructional technology coach. She holds a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration from the University of Texas at Dallas and a Master of Education in Teacher Leadership and Principal Certification from Lamar University. Your new stallion, Academic Dean Nicole Payne. Next up, I'd like to introduce you to our new Coordinator for Special Education, Amanda Michael. Amanda is returning to Mesquite ISD with over 20 years of experience in education, including campus leadership, instructional coaching, and specialized support for student learning. She most recently served as assistant principal at Utley Middle School and Rockwall ISD, previously held the same roles at North Forney High School and Lewis Elementary School in Forney ISD. Prior to her campus leadership roles, she served in Mesquite ISD as an ARD vice chair at Terry Middle School and as a teacher and learning strategist at multiple elementary campuses here in the district, supporting both general and special education students. She holds a Master of Education and Administrative Leadership from the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, and Bachelor of Arts in Elementary Education from Upper Iowa University. Ms. Amanda Michael, your special education coordinator. And lastly, an introduction I'm very pleased to make. Navy I knew I was going to mess that up. Sasimpu is going to be our new coordinator for visual communications, also known as graphic designer, which we've been without for a few months now. We're very excited to welcome Navy to Mesquite ISD. He'll be our visual communications coordinator. He's bringing over a decade of design experience spanning corporate, nonprofit, and agency settings. He previously served as manager of branding and design for Commit Partnership in Dallas, where we're familiar with. He led branding efforts for multiple regional initiatives focused on education and community impact. He also brings experience working with national brands as a freelance designer, collaborating on campaigns for organizations including General Dynamics, Discovery Channel, and Ace Hardware. Sasimpu holds a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Digital Media Design from the prestigious Corcoran College of Art and Design at George Washington University. Help me welcome Navy to the Mesquite ISD family.
Excellent. Thank you, Ms. Smith. Okay, next item is an action item. Approve employment contracts, non-certified teachers and teachers. I'll entertain a motion.
Second.
There's a motion by Ms. Hornsby, a second by Mr. Everett, to approve employment contracts, non-certified teachers and teachers. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it, motion carries. Next item is an action item as well, to approve terminations and designated employees at the end of the school year in the best interest of the district. I'll entertain a motion as well. Everett. Yeah. There's a motion by Mr. Bingham, a second by Mr. Everett, to approve terminations of designated employees at the end of the school year in the best interest of the district. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it, motion carries. Okay. Next item is an action item. Action item number 4 is an action item to approve the proposed non-renewal of the term contracts of I. Alec Johnson. I'll entertain a motion. There's a motion by Mr. Seward, second by Ms. Everett, to approve the proposed non-renewal of the term contract of I. Alec Johnson. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. Motion carries. And with that, we conclude the personnel section. Next, we're going to construction. The first item is an action item to approve award for the general contractor, the CMAR, for the pre-K.
School board
There you are, Mr. Poole.
Mr. Carbo and school board. Thanks tonight for hearing us. First thing is I'm going to be doing the naming of the general contractor for the pre-K center, the Diane Nick Center.
What have you done? You come up and everybody leaves. What did you do?
I'm fixing to dance.
It couldn't be something you said because you just started
It must
speaking.
have. I have that effect on people, I guess. Well, solicitation documents for the CM at Risk Package 2026-1 for the new pre-K center were released on 3/13/26. 17 vendors were notified and 11 responses were received. The project estimate is at $68 million. The administration recommends that the Board of Trustees approve the award for the general contractor to Jackson Construction.
Okay.
The administration recommends that the Board of Trustees, okay, I did that.
Yeah, you did. You did. Thank you very much. Yeah. With that said, Board, this is an action item. Do you have any comments? Before? There's a motion by Ms. Collier, second by Mr. Seward, to approve the award for the general contractor, CMAR, for the pre-K. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. Motion carries. Yeah. Okay. Second item is an action item to approve the GMP for Horn High School Fieldhouse. Mr. Poole.
Okay, with us tonight are from WRA, Roland Gentry and Graham Bowman. Of course, from MISD, Jay Russell. And I have a special guest tonight, Mario Cigaroa. I've been mentoring him for the last 4 months. He started out as an architect, wanting to be an architect. Then he started into the construction end of things. And then he told me he wanted my job. So Mario doesn't want much, so. Oh, we hadn't told him that one yet. He'll learn that. So, WRA Architects and MISD Construction Services recommend the approval of the Horn High School Fieldhouse Addition renovation guaranteed maximum price, GMP, in the total amount of $9,118,498, with the total construction cost to be $10,619,742.86 for the entire Horn Fieldhouse addition, which includes the addition of work to be added an additional vestibule at the main campus gymnasium. The funds will be coming from the 2025 bond program, if approved. Recommendation, the administration recommends that the Board of Trustees approve GMP for the Horn High School Fieldhouse and renovations.
Board members, this is an action item. Any comments? I'll entertain a motion. There's a motion by Ms. Hornby, second by Ms. Collier, to approve the GMP for the Horn High School Fieldhouse. Being there are no comments, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it, motion carries. Item number 3 is an action item to approve the GMP for the AC New Middle School. Mr. Poole.
Okay, WRA Architects and MISD Construction Services recommend the approval of the AC New Middle School renovation GMP, the guaranteed max price, in the total amount of $8,165,202, with the total construction cost to be $9,421,234.65 for the entire AC New Middle School renovation, which includes the base project costs, secure vestibule, re-roofing, and technology needs. This will be funded from the 2025 bond program. The administration recommends to the Board of Trustees to approve the GMP for AC New Middle School renovation.
Board member, this is also an action item.
Move to approve.
There's a motion by Mr. Everett, a second by Mr. Bingham, to approve the GMP for AC New Middle School. Any questions or corrections? Mr. Seward.
I noticed that this is over the original budget amount from the 25 bond program.
Yes, sir.
It says something about the increase in sprinkler installation.
Increase in fire sprinkler installation?
No, installation.
Okay. Graham.
So yes, Mr. Seward, this project is over budget from the original bond. What we noted in the packet was that some of the items that were not noted in the original bond, we're going to address while we're there. Since for equity, we're going to provide fire sprinklers in the 3 areas that weren't previous fire sprinklered, but were grandfathered in because of the firewalls under the City of Bout Springs previous code adoption.
All right, thanks.
Yes.
Very good. Any other questions? Being there none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it, motion carries. Item number 4 is to approve the GMP for McDonald Middle School. Mr. Poole.
Okay, WRA Architects and MISD Construction Services recommend the approval of McDonald Middle School renovation GMP in the total amount of $14,187,350. The total construction cost will be $16,392,205.47 for the entire McDonald Middle School renovation, which includes addition to the work scope, a secure vestibule area, enlarge the cafeteria, complete kitchen rebuild, relocated the stage to the black box, cybersecurity move, and 5 multi-zone units on the roof. Funding will come from the 2025 bond program if approved. The administration recommends that the Board of Trustees approve the GMP for McDonald Middle School renovation.
Board, this is another action item. Are there any comments? Being there none, I'll entertain a motion.
Move to approve.
Second.
There's a motion by Mr. Everett, a second by Mr. Seward, to approve the GMP for the McDonald Middle School. All those in favor, please indicate by,
Graham, you got a second? I noticed this one's over by $7.1 million. What was
we were ready for this one.
What contributed to the, I know you mentioned part of it in here, but what really drove all that?
So let me set this down, Don. The facility assessment mainly focused on deferred maintenance and equipment replacement in the kitchen. When we were presenting schematic design for this particular project, we mentioned that we were still under investigation what we could do in the cafeteria and kitchen. Mr. Prado worked with us on getting us with school district administration, CTE, and fine arts to look at opportunities to expand that cafeteria and kitchen to improve the serving line. Part of the equipment replacement was to enhance the serving line and as many students that could be fed through that serving line, and also expand the cafeteria as much as possible. Discovering what we could do with campus administration to get rid of the stage, relocate it to the existing cybersecurity room, converting that into a black box theater, and then expanding into 2 adjacent classrooms that were unknown at the time of the facility assessment that we'd be able to reconfigure the cafeteria and kitchen and able to expand. So that was a significant portion of kind of the kitchen upgrades. Also during design, facilities management asked us to look at some additional items that were on the 7 to 10 year replacement cycle for multi-zone units, add that into an alternate bid. So this campus would be as complete as possible with any of the deferred maintenance programs that were not in the priority 1 category. Thank you.
So what you were asking about was different in pricing than from the original, and but basically, so anybody listening, when we priced this project, we did not have all the additions that he just talked about, so it was a lot cheaper. Once we went into the campus, Mr. Prado, myself, Dr. Fields, along with WRA, that cafeteria, the McDonald Middle School cafeteria, if you ever gone to any of our other cafeterias and go to McDonald Middle School, it needed to be, and then we looked at several different layouts, but in order to maximize the space, we had to move the stage, which significantly increased the price, and so we felt like it was the best thing to do for the student body and for the needs of that community and that campus.
Good deal. Okay, the motion was set in second. All those in favor, if there are no any more questions, that's it. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it, motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Poole.
Thank you.
Next item is item C, effectiveness report. We have a report on discipline programs. I believe,
You got the administrative team staff.
yeah, I see them coming up. Excellent, strong team.
Good evening, members of the board, Dr. Rivera, cabinet, and our Mesquite community. This evening, we're talking about discipline management as a key. In student services, oh, sorry, I should tell you who I am. I'm Valerie Mayad, Executive Director, Admin Services.
I'm April Sarpy, Executive Director of Admin Services.
And I'm Dennis Sadler, Coordinator of Admin Services.
So our team works together because we believe that every interaction with students is an opportunity to give them a key to unlocking their future. Our campus administrators aren't just managers of behavior, they hold the keys to opportunity. We think of them as locksmiths. We will show you how they are opening doors for our students' futures. Our student services mission is clear. We support campuses using emotional intelligence, strategic expertise, integrity, and solution-oriented service to ensure the best possible learning outcomes. We oversee the systematic implementation of Chapter 37 of the Texas Education Code, which informs our student code of conduct. Chapter 37 was created to support behavior management to enhance the quality of the learning environment, but our ultimate goal is to remove behavioral barriers that prevent teaching and learning from happening in our classrooms.
So we have a significant celebration to share. At the beginning of the 25-26 school year, we set a district improvement plan goal to reduce classroom removals by 7%. We are proud to report that our campuses didn't just meet that goal, they exceeded it. Classroom removals have decreased by 19%, representing thousands of additional hours where students are in classrooms learning. Also, for context, all removals from the classroom, also, for context, all removals are from the classroom. All removals are not from the classroom. They also happen in common areas like the cafeteria, hallways, bathrooms, on buses, and at times off campus. However, regardless of where the infractions happen, these reductions help make our schools places where staff and students are safe to teach and learn. One of the proudest achievements is the adaptive shift away from automatics out-of-school suspensions. And so the use of automatic here refers to what we saw as unconscious disciplining, where we do what we've always been done. We do what has always been done, instead of considering the specific needs of the students we serve. This adaptive shift didn't happen all at once. It has happened as a result of systematic shifts in thinking, targeted training of our assistant principals, and streamlined resources that require Chapter 37 trained administrators to think about how the consequences they give impact student outcomes. These resources were reviewed and revised by our Discipline Review Committee, which you'll read a little bit more about here soon, with an emphasis on intervention strategies and encouraging administrators to consider all accountability options, not just what they've always done. Essentially, we're asking staff to consider whether they are giving students keys or closing doors. So for the last 3 years, from 2023 to 2026, we have achieved a near 50% reduction in OSS days, dropping from 8,482 days to a current low of 4,174 days. By keeping students on campus for interventions, we ensure they remain connected to their school community and their education. So even though our goal is to reduce the number of out-of-classroom placements, we also understand that certain behaviors require removal from the instructional setting. We understand the importance of students and staff safety, so our role is to support environments where all students can learn. Again, the work to reduce OSS placements was a 3-year effort. It didn't just happen all in 1 year. And changing the mindsets and practices around what consequences students receive, how to identify the root cause of common misbehaviors, and using that information to make our school communities safer and more conducive to learning. So I'm sure you're wondering, like, how did this happen? It happened through the master key of leadership capacity. We provide monthly professional learning for our assistant principals. As we move away from automatic consequences toward thoughtful decision-making, the shift encourages assistant principals to use the student code of conduct as a tool for restoration instead of only for accountability.
So the data you see here shows us exactly what is at stake. It shows exactly what we've always known. If students are not in class, they cannot experience success. Students who experience no discipline removals are significantly more likely to succeed academically. For example, 90% of all students with no removals approach grade level in the Algebra 1 EOC, and that's at all grade levels, compared to only 65% of those who have been removed. In English 1, the EOC, that gap is even wider, 70% versus 41%. So when we close the classroom door, we are directly impacting that student's academic future. There we go. Our vision for next year is to provide even more keys to student opportunities. We are encouraging restorative on-campus interventions to reduce our reliance on alternative placements. We want to empower teacher ownership of the classroom culture so that minor issues are resolved long before they ever reach the office. And most importantly, we want teachers and campus administrators to build trust with parents by engaging them early and often. In conclusion, we are proud of the doors that we have opened this year, but we are not finished. Our commitment to this board and to the community is to continue equipping our administrators and our teachers with the keys to opportunity, ensuring that every student in Mesquite ISD can walk through the door to a successful future. Thank you.
Great report. Thank you very much. Next, we're going to administration. We are going to item number 2. It's Senate Bill 546, a report on bus seatbelts. Mr. Raymond Forsberg. Very good.
Thank you.
Taylor's just taking a break.
Good evening, Dr. Rivera, President Carbo, and esteemed board members. I'm Raymond Forsberg, the Director of Transportation, and I'm here to provide you with an update on Senate Bill 546 and their requirements for school bus passenger restraint systems, current fleet conditions, and implementation considerations, including cost estimates. So Senate Bill 546 requires that all school buses transporting students be equipped with 3-point seatbelts for each passenger and the driver. Key provisions, it applies to all buses regardless of the model year. Exceptions allowed if the board determines budget limitations or retrofit would void the manufacturer's warranty, which in our case, that wouldn't apply. It requires public board presentation and submission to TEA at the end of the 25-26 school year, which I would do after this board hearing. And then compliance deadline is September 1, 2029. So in March 2026, I submitted to Sentinel the numbers current at the time, which is 204 total buses. Out of those 204, 21 of those buses were considered non-compliant. Since then, all buses that was indicated with no seatbelts have been retired, and we've received replacements of newly purchased buses that was granted to us by the bond of last year. And so now our new numbers as of today is 206 total buses. And out of those 206, 11 is considered non-compliant. And I'm happy to report that every single one of our buses have seatbelts, including those 11.
Excellent.
The low estimate is in regards to the cost that varies by the size and configuration. So it's approximately $16,000 for the smaller buses to retrofit with the 3-point seatbelts, and then up to $35,000 for the large buses. So the $250,000 is in regards to retrofitting all 11 buses. The high estimate here is $1.6 million, and that is buying brand new buses for every single one of those buses. We should be somewhere in the middle, as it wouldn't be fiscally prudent to retrofit some of the buses that will be phased out due to age. So in conclusion, I have no reason to believe that we would not be in compliance in 2029. So any questions?
Mr. Forsberg, asked you a question. I don't want to be unfair. How do you ensure that the students will utilize the seat belts? Is there some way to do that?
Yes. So at this time, we have all our drivers just every day when they speak to the students as they board, they should give them a reminder to please put on their seatbelts. So on the special need buses, we have a monitor on every bus, and we can ensure that those students get fastened in their seatbelts. However, on a bus full of kiddos, a bus driver by himself, at best for right now, we can just remind them to do it. And then, of course, the driver stays vigilant, because if they're getting out their seats, clearly they're not in their seatbelts, and then we'll take appropriate corrective measures at that point.
Good. Good question.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Forsberg. Okay. Next item is an action item naming the Motley Lawrence Replacement Campus.
Mr. President, I recall Ms. Smith, before the naming, is going to proceed with a brief explanation.
Thank you, Dr. Rivera, President Carbo, and Board of Trustees. It is an honor, very much excited to be here this evening just to share briefly with you about some of the conversations we've been having around this building and with our teams about what a themed elementary school would look like in this replacement campus for the Motley Lawrence project. Why now? Because waiting is not an option. The decrease in enrollment that we've seen consistently and that we are aware of is really giving us a defining moment as an opportunity, along with the opportunity of a brand new campus that is being constructed to replace Motley Lawrence. And so we're trying to address the fact that across Texas and really across the country, our families have more and more educational choices than ever before. Charter schools, open enrollment schools, vouchers. We have to remain competitive, and in order to do that, we believe we must reimagine what school can be like. Beyond the charter and private academies, they've gained momentum by offering clear, differentiated identities such as STEM, dual language, leadership, maybe arts-focused environments. These schools appeal to parents seeking alignment between their child's interests and school experiences. And so we wanted to explore what a dynamic theme-based campus would look like in Mesquite ISD, to give families meaningful choices and offer programs that could attract students back from charters and neighboring districts. And before I go any further, I want to make sure that we're clear. We're talking about the replacement campus for the Motley Lawrence zoned elementary schools. Both of those communities will be zoned to attend this school, but we believe that the capacity of the building will allow us to additionally attract some open enrollment from across our district and hopefully attract some students back into our district. In all these conversations, not only are we talking about giving a campus a theme, a unified vision, a brand, it helps staff and students rally around shared goals. We've been continuously coming back to 4 things that we are considering. What's a future-ready learning look like in elementary school for such a fast-changing world? We look at high-demand, high-wage, high-growth jobs, and how can we prepare our students for those? Additionally, high engagement, learning design, real hands-on student experience first focus. Then we look at the operations, facility, and technology opportunities that we have, which again is the construction of a new school, which happens to be on a site which for the first time will give the school district the entire property. In all of our previous elementary builds, we share an adjacent property with the city for city parks. But in this case, we will have that entire property in the green space adjacent to the campus. So that really led into a lot of the conversations that we've had. And as well as looking at partnerships, what community connections could we have at this location? And that has brought us to identifying a theme for this campus of environmental sciences. So we really want to look at using that space and being thoughtful about the building design and programming and curriculum and instruction and all those things to create a theme around environmental sciences. Why is this appealing? We believe it merges the hands-on appeal of STEM and project-based, or sometimes called expeditionary learning, with outdoor learning, social responsibility, high-tech stewardship, looking at how professional tools might be used to solve real-world environmental problems. Also focus on global citizenship and real-world adventures. And of course, we'll support the Learning Profile Initiative by building confidence, empathy, and curiosity. Right now, and this is all still being discussed, and there's a lot of additional vetting that will happen, but we're looking at focus areas around global curiosity and consciousness. It's our leadership strand that's very important across the district. Climate, weather, and ecosystems, and then sustainable energy like solar, wind, and water. If you look at possible, again, I want to stress these are possibilities. We've kind of just been brainstorming at this point what that might look like, potential use of drones for aerial photography, ecosystem mapping, possible virtual reality, augmented realities opportunities, GIS and digital mapping. You can see there an energy dashboard we've seen at some other schools across the country where they have solar panels on the roof and the students are able to go down and monitor an energy dashboard to read, and they take that into their math classes and other things to see how much energy and carbon footprint is coming from the building, et cetera. So these are just some ideas for green tech or eco tech. Also, kind of was, when we started looking around potential partners for a campus like this, we have an incredible Parks and Recreation department, very established in the city of Mesquite, along with the Keep Mesquite Beautiful initiative. So we thought that was a natural pairing and partnership, along with other nature and science, the Arboretum. There's many grants and programs along Texas Parks and Wildlife. Learning Landscapes is an outdoor natural play environment that we'd love to look at. As well as Eastfield College, right across the street, has an environmental science program, and Mesquite ISD has AP environmental science at every high school. So along with our vet tech program, we thought those were some natural connections. So that leads us to what's in a name, which is not our job. Lots of conversations happening, but the board names our facilities. So we wanted to pause right there and give the naming committee an opportunity, Mr. Bingham, to discuss what this campus might be named.
Thank you, Sabrina. Naming committee again is Mr. Everett, Mrs. Collier, and myself. This is a unique opportunity and a unique situation where we have two different campuses that are merging into one. We wanted to honor both of the families and both of the histories and traditions. There's both of those families, the Motleys and the Lawrences, have significant place in our history, and we didn't want to do away with either one of those names. We wanted to keep that honor for both of those families. Motley came first, Lawrence came second as far as the build out, so that we went with Motley Lawrence. And then because of what you've just seen here, our recommended name is going to be Motley Lawrence Environmental Science Academy will be the name of this, will be my recommendation to the board for the name of this new school. We're going to work on a tagline that'll go along with this a little bit later to talk about the neighborhood and the merging of these two schools. We don't have that ready for you yet, but tonight, my recommendation, Motley Lawrence Environmental Science Academy.
That's exciting.
Coming from committee, it doesn't need a second, so.
Yeah.
Do you have any comments?
Yeah, this is exciting. Yes, it's just a step. It sort of makes us more a part of the times of change. And if you don't change, you go backwards. So congratulations, good thinking, appreciate it.
Particularly excited for this neighborhood.
Yes,
Be able
very
to
much so.
benefit from this new
And Eastfield's right across the street, so doesn't get any better than that.
Ms. Collier?
I like the idea of an academy. It allows us to evolve.
Yes.
To evolve into whatever comes next. So this is cool.
And I do want to say in all of our conversations, this was a unique opportunity with a new campus construction, but it's very important to everyone who's been working with committees and task force looking at these possibilities that we create models that are replicable across the district, so we don't just have one environmental science academy on the north side of the district, but eventually look at providing those opportunities across the district in other buildings.
Yeah. Mr. Seward? Oh. Okay. Well, great. With that, I will tell you, one thing I do really appreciate is all those partnerships with the city and the activities, the clubs around us, because I think that's significant, and it keeps true to the word that we say, we have great relationships in this city. So thank you for that, too. With that said, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it, motion carries. Congratulations to the Motley and Lawrence families as well. Thank you, Ms. Shana Delamar. Item number 5 is a discussion on district-wide intruder detection audit report findings. He finally came up, Mr. Morris.
Good evening, everyone. I was hoping this would be the last one of the year, but we have 52 of our 53 schools have received their IDAs, so we have one outstanding that will be done between now and the end of the school year.
Okay.
That's all I have to report tonight.
Excellent, thank you.
His job tonight, didn't he?
Yeah, awesome.
Shouldn't pay him a full day.
Should you pay him? Okay. Item number 6. At this point, we're going to canvass the returns and declare the results of the school trustee election held on May 2nd of 2026. Ms. Samples.
Yes, sir. Okay, the results from the May 2nd, 2026 school board election. I'll start with place 3. Gary Bingham, 1,298 votes. Cassandra Morris, 1,439 votes, for a total votes cast 2,737. And then place 4, Greg Everett, 1,595 votes. Jay Mitchell, 1,128 votes. Total votes 2,723. And then place 5, Carrie Bruce, 1,156 votes. And Robert Seward, 1,566 votes, for a total votes of 2,722 votes.
Excellent. Thank you very much. With that, we have canvassed the election.
One, need a motion. You have to make a motion.
Make a motion to accept.
Yeah.
Motion to approve. I think it's appropriate.
Yes. There's a motion by Mr. Bingham, a second by Ms. Hornsby to canvass, return, and declare the results of the school trustee election held on May 2nd, 2026. Any comments? Being there none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. Motion carries. That was the last item in our agenda. Have any comments? With that, I do want to say we will miss you too, board members, longstanding, and we appreciate everything you've done. With that, we stand adjourned.